This is SportsCenter.
And welcome to SportsCenter on YouTube. David Lloyd and Ryan Smith here with you. Big week coming up in golf. The Open tees off Thursday. Tiger tuning up as we speak.
Yeah, the 15-time champ competing in the four majors without making a single start between any of them for the first time in his career.
Tiger Woods is 48, hasn't sniffed a major since he won the Masters 5 years ago. Doesn't mean he's not a story anytime he sets foot on the course. The Open Championship starts Thursday at Royal Troon in Scotland, a track where Americans have had great success over the years. Tiger played a practice round yesterday and spoke this morning.
I'm really looking forward to it. I didn't get a chance to play it last time I was here, and looking forward to the challenges. I know I've gone around here a couple times and lengthened quite a few holes. Overall, it's one of those courses where you're going to get it on one of the nines. It's either going out, it's going to be downwind, or coming home, it's going to be in the wind, or vice versa. So half the holes are going to be playing really difficult, and the other ones are definitely gettable. I've always loved playing here. I've only played here twice. I played here in 97 and 04. Over here, you can run the golf ball 100 yards if you get the right wind and the right trajectory. So it negates somewhat of the high launch conditions that most of the times you see on the tour nowadays that populate the world. Here it's a little bit different. You can play on the ground. You can burn it on the ground with a 1 iron, 2 iron, 3-wood, whatever, even drivers, and just flight it and get a bunch of run. And I think that's one of the reasons why you see older champions are up there on the board.
Now, according to ESPN Bet, Scottie Scheffler is the favorite to win the Open Championship. He's been the outright betting favorite in all four majors this year. The first player to do so since Tiger back in 2013. If you're wondering about Woods, he's going off at 200-1 to win the Open in his fifth appearance since 2015. Missed cuts in 3 of his last 4 tries at the Open Championship.
Let's go to basketball. Pre-Olympic tune-up between Australia and the U.S. No easy ride for America. Anthony Edwards got things started early for Team USA. Gets it from LeBron. Nails a 3 for 3 from 3 in the first. And then here's AD showing his force down under. 17 points, 14 boards. U.S. was up 24 after 3, but the Aussies outscored them 31-22 in the fourth. But Team USA still escapes with the 98-92 win. So through 2 exhibition games, starting lineups have been an issue for Coach Steve Kerr in Game 1 versus Canada. The starting 5 of Booker, LeBron James, Joel Embiid, Curry, and Holiday had only 2 players with a positive plus-minus. More of the same from Monday's starters that included Tatum, James, Embiid, Edwards, and Curry. James and Curry are a combined -12 through 2 games. And Brian Windhorst is joining us from Abu Dhabi. So, Brian, I want to ask you about Team USA. They wanted to work on offense against Australia. Safe to say it was mission accomplished. Who has been the driving force behind that?
Yeah, so much about this team, Ryan, has been about those old veterans, those 30-somethings, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant. But it's been the 20-somethings who have been most impressive. Devin Booker, Ant Edwards, and Jason Tatum, these first 2 exhibition games, have frankly been awesome offensively. Between the 3 of them, they're shooting over 74% and averaging 34 points a game in these 2 games. They can score from all 3 levels. They work together well. They can do it within the system. They can break out on their own. They're shooting it from distance. They're driving to the basket. These guys look like they're the new offensive engine of this team.
Wow. And, you talk about how they're doing right now. Not exactly dominating, but doing pretty well. A couple of things on the big men for Team USA. They've had some very different outings at this point. Brian, what's the early assessment on both Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid, starting with AD?
Well, AD has been the most impressive player front to back that the Team USA has seen in these first couple of exhibition games. He has been everything that they could hope for, scoring inside, also defending the inside, scoring outside, had 17 points and 14 rebounds in just 18 minutes last night, blocked a couple of shots. He has been the player that they have absolutely needed to fill that middle. And the reason that they've had troubles on the inside before is we just aren't a lot of American big men. So they went to a brand new American big man in Joel Embiid. This was the biggest recruitment that they could make for this team. But Embiid has looked sluggish these first 2 games, Ryan. He's coming back from the injuries. He took a lot of time off after the season. You can see he's still getting into shape. His timing has been a little bit off. He's been a little sluggish. The FIBA rules are still new to him. So Embiid is a work in progress. Steve Kerr is not putting any pressure. There's been some focus on whether AD could replace Embiid in the starting lineup. I don't think that's something Team USA is focused on right now at all. They'll give Embiid some time.
Okay, so we'll see how it all plays out. Team USA's next game tomorrow against Nikola Jokic and Serbia. That should be good.
Top 10 All-Star Game moments. We pick it up with Randy Johnson. Remember, guys stepping in against him, certainly left-handed hitters like John Kruk. Yeah. Like, I didn't sign up for this at all. That was in '93. Then 4 years later, Larry Walker dig it in, and here it comes again.
I love that moment.
Just messing with guys. So, Larry, I'm going to put this around. I'm going to get over here on the much safer side of the box. And he's like, okay, figure this out. And here you go. Boom.
Oof.
Okay, now we got it sorted out. Johnson appeared in 10 All-Star games. Oof. Those were the highlights there.
In his prime, just spectacular. So was this guy. July 16, 2013, Mariano Rivera pitches a 1-2-3 8th inning in his final All-Star game. Came into that Enter Sandman music. Both the AL and NL giving him an ovation, and they retired the side in front of a sellout crowd at Citi Field. What a moment that was.
35 years ago in Anaheim, Bo Jackson there, President Ronald Reagan in the booth was Vince Scully, and they were both treated to a moment as Bo leads off the bottom of the first.
He's remarkable, and look at that one. Bo Jackson says hello.
Yep, Bo did it. He went on to win All-Star Game MVP that year in 1989.
How about number 7, some fun and games. July 9th, 2002, Torrey Hunter with Barry Bonds up. Oh, that's a surefire home run, right? Not on Torrey's watch. Watch that. Woo! Going over the side of the wall to rob the homer, and Bonds can't do anything but laugh at that catch. Just spectacular. And remember later, Bonds picks up Hunter, threw him over his shoulder before jogging away smiling.
Let's go back to 1941. Briggs Stadium in Detroit on a Tuesday afternoon. The American League down to its last out. Ted Williams. A 3-run go-ahead home run. The winner, he's so happy, skipping around first. In fact, Teddy Ballgame said after the game, I've never been so happy as the American League wins.
Number 5, July 19th, 1971. Oh, yeah. Mr. October hits the lights. Yeah, you remember this? I don't. I was not quite there yet, very young. Don't want to admit my age, but look at that. Smashed a home run off the light standard on roof of Tiger Stadium. He wasn't Mr. October yet, but he was still a star at that point.
White shoes.
Yep.
Reggie Jackson.
Uni's looking good.
At 4. 30 years later at Safeco in Seattle, Cal Ripken Jr. final All-Star game. A-Rod says, let's switch. You go back to your rightful position, shortstop. And Cal say, no. And then Joe Torre gets into it and he said, yeah, move over, Cal. Go play short. Okay, all right, if you insist. And then Ripken, first pitch he sees, he's got a flair for the moment. The home run out of the yard. One of 5 guys to win multiple All-Star Game MVPs.
How about this moment, number 3, July 10th, 1934. Carl Hubble punching out 5 Hall of Famers. Sat down Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Foxx, Al Simmons, and Joe Cronin in order in the first 2 innings. That was MLB's second All-Star game ever.
At number 2, Riverfront 1970, Pete Rose's home ballpark, bottom of the 12th. The shot into the outfield. Here comes Rose barreling into Ray Fosse. It was a fateful moment. Fosse's career was never the same. His shoulder was fractured and separated. It did not heal right. Pete Rose took some criticism for running over Fosse in an exhibition game, but that was the moment that stuck with people.
Number 1, July 13th, 1999. Ted Williams honored at Fenway, and Pedro wins MVP. Williams, part of the All-Century team pregame, greeted by Mark McGwire. Asked McGwire if he ever smelled smoke coming off his bat when he hit the ball. Then Tony Gwynn helping Williams throw out the first pitch, and then it was all Pedro. Struck out 5 of the 6 batters he faced over 2 hitless innings. What heat he had. He would go on to win All-Star MVP.
maybe, just maybe, we'll get a moment tonight that vaults into the top 10.
Paul Skeens striking out the side in the first inning. I'd like to see that. We'll put you up there. What do you think about that?
Thanks for watching SportsCenter on YouTube.